Hello everyone and welcome back to the New York Empoleons Week 8 Battle of the PBAL. We're here this week taking on Thriller, coach of the Iowa Jolteons. If you haven't seen them before, go check them out. Links in the description below. I played them all the time, I feel like. We end up playing each other constantly. So they've got... Let me put these on the top. Lucario... Not Lucario. Lucario, Dunsparce are their two Terra captains. I'm going to put them right on top. I'm going to write Can Terra. Can Terra. In all caps, maybe that'll help me a little bit. Additionally, there's no Salamence and no Sandy Shocks. They instead have the Cloyster and the Mimikyu, in addition to Volcarona and Meowscarada. So my dock is ready now. That was actually harder than I expected it to be. So, two things. They have no removal, period. On their roster, let alone on what they brought. As Cloyster lost Spin and Volcarona lost Defog. But notably, they did bring two Mons, Cloyster and Volcarona, who both often can run boots pretty happily. I still think, especially without Salamence there, T-Spikes are really good. I don't know what they're going to lead with. It could be Meowscarada. It could be like Lucario or Dunsparce. And it could even be Mimikyu. If it's Mimikyu, I probably Volt Switch instead of setting up T-Spikes, just to break the disguise if I get the chance to do that. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to lead with the Toxtricity here. I would love to set up one layer of T-Spikes just so that things can't sit in and set up and stall. And for those who want to know why one layer is better than two layers for some battles, it depends on how long you expect your opponent to stay in. The first turn, the T-Spikes are up. One layer does 12%. The two layers does 6%. It is Mimikyu. On the second turn, two layers does 12%. One layer does 12%. The third turn, two layers does 18%. One layer does 12%. After 3 turns, they've done the exact same amount, which means the Pokemon needs to stay in for 4 turns or longer in order for it to justify having more than one layer of T-Spikes. And if I don't expect them to stay in for that long or survive for that long, then you might as well just set up one layer. It saves you a turn of setting up, and you get the same amount of damage output over the course of 3 turns. So, Swords Dance comes out. I'm just clicking Volt Switch here. I do have a Focus Sash on this, but we're breaking the disguise. And I do have a Choice Scarfed Chien-Pao that could come in here. Does that kill? Maybe not. Okay. I mean, Torkoal should live a +2 hit from this thing. Like, without too much trouble. Lava Plume does decent damage. Orthworm also is fine living a hit here. But neither KO. Indeedee doesn't kill with Psychic. And dies to Play Rough. So I guess what I'm going to do is actually just go into Orthworm, as I would consider it the least valuable member of my team. And I'm just going to click... well, I'm threatening a Steel move. I don't have one, but I'm threatening one here. I could just click Coil and just kind of see what you do. I could also just click Spikes to scout out for boots from other Mons. Since I sort of don't expect you to stay in here. But you already did set up a Swords Dance. I'm gonna Coil. I'm gonna Coil. Drain Punch. Live that. Okay. Rocky Helmet, not Life Orb. Coil. So it looks like that might kill here from this range now. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but I'm gonna Earthquake here. If they kill, they kill. I just kind of let that happen. That's okay. Mimikyu kills Orthworm with Drain Punch. Unfortunate, but acceptable, I guess is the best way to phrase that. I could just go into Toxtricity here. And just not Terra. They probably click Shadow Claw, which means I could Terra, but that's risky. And just click Overdrive and kill it. Yes, it uses up my Focus Sash, but I'm going to use it up at some point anyway, so I might as well use it here. No reason to Terra So I'm just gonna overdrive. If it doesn't kill, then I might be in a lot of trouble, but Mimikyu cannot Terra. That's unfortunate. I don't think Terra Normal helps me any. Volt Switch seems reasonable here. Over Overdrive. I don't think Overdrive kills, so just gonna Volt Switch here. Play Rough misses. We keep our Sash. That's huge, honestly. We keep our Sash intact. That's really clutch. And now we have two choices. We can either go into Indeedee, which can spam Psychic moves, but there is a Meowscarada. Or we can go into Champao, which has a little bit of trouble spamming Ice moves or Dark moves. Or we could go Charizard, which does outspeed... How much speed am I running in Charizard? Oh god. I dropped my controller and I'm glad it didn't click anything. I am running enough speed for all Mimikyu with Charizard. Shadow Sneak's going to do a lot to Charizard, where it's going to do nothing... Oh, what? Oh, that was weird. It's going to do nothing to Indeedee. And I can Dazzling Gleam or Psychic. Yes, I'm showing that I'm Scarfed, but I'm not too stressed about it. Dazzling Gleam may not kill, so I have to Psychic. If you go Masquerada, you go Masquerada. I could also Baton Pass, but there's nothing I want to go into right now, and I don't want to leave this thing alive, so we're just going to Psychic here. If you preserve this and go into Masquerada, you do. I can't click Dazzling Gleam because it doesn't kill. I did not realize how bulky this thing was for my team. We still have our Sash intact, which is huge on the Toxtricity. That may come into play later on in the battle for sure. But once I reveal that I'm Scarfed, you're obviously going to go Masquerada, you're obviously going to click U-turn, but I do have access to a Torkoal that can easily take the hit. Okay, you're going to let this go down, which is pretty clutch. Trading 1-for-1 for Mimikyu is generally fine, especially when it's an Earthworm. So, Indeedee kills Mimikyu with Psychic. You know I'm Scarfed, unless you were not that speed invested. I don't know why you wouldn't be that speed invested, and then you can go Meowscarada here for free. You could also potentially go Volcarona, just straight. Psychic's doing like almost 50% to a really bulky Volcarona, so you probably don't do that. To uninvested Volcarona, I'm doing a little over 50%. So this is Meowscarada. Yeah, it's a surprise of nobody. But we do have a Torkoal here. Yes, it could have to eat a knockoff, which would be a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. And we all know a U-turn is coming here. Or a knockoff, I guess. So it does a decent chunk. Knocks off the Heat Rock. I feel like I just set up rocks here. I actually do want hazards up and scouting out for boots and just getting chip on things, as we can see from all the times my rolls don't work, seems important. So we're just going to stay in and go for Stealth Rock here. Based on the damage that just did, I am specially defensive Torkoal, not physically defensive. Why is Meowscarada... Why is the set... What? Okay. That just looks like max tag Meowscarada, so nothing special. Could be a Scarf Meowscarada. So Dudunsparce comes in here. I could Lava Plume. I sort of just think this thing's gonna like coil or something, and then I'm gonna just like lose the game. I don't know. Just have this feeling, you know? I'm gonna Lava Plume here. Just goes for a Boom Burst. Okay. Sun boosted Lava Plume. Boom Burst did a lot though. That was interesting. I could go into Toxtricity, but you could EQ at some point. There also is a chance to go into Charizard. I could just stay. I'm just going to sack this and go Charizard and then try to see what I can do with Charizard. There's a Roost. Okay. So they're going to try to stall at the Sun a little bit. A Burn would be great, so I'll take it. They roosted there. Do I think they're going to roost a second time? I still just Lava Plume, I think. Okay, there's another Boom Burst, so they're going to take this thing out. So, Dudunsparce kills Torkoal with Boom Burst. Now, they either want to Terra Lucario, or they didn't think the Terra type was super useful against a Fire type. I would presume. So we're going to go into Charizard where the sun is still up. And Flamethrower is doing approximately 1 million damage to everything on the team. So I'm going to click Flamethrower here. If they Terra like Rock, then I'm just hosed, but... Alright. So Charizard kills Dudunsparce with Flamethrower. We are running max speed Charizard, so we do speed tie with the Volcarona. With Sun up, Ancient Power has a chance to just straight up OHKO it. Air Slash does too, but I'd go for the Ancient Power first. Cloyster struggles to come in on that because I have Solar Beam. Ancient Power also has a chance to just OHKO Cloyster in the Sun. Actually, everything OHKO's Cloyster in the Sun, so that's fun. Meowscarada. I Terra Grass if it's Meowscarada, I think. I don't think Meowscarada can kill me with any move. And then I can just Flamethrower into that, so... It's Lucario that comes in. Okay. I don't know if you're choiced in any way. Extreme Speed, Life Orb should not kill. Terra Grass does not save me here, so I might as well just go for a Flamethrower. And if you E-Speed, I still kill you. You did not E-Speed, you did not Terra, and there were rocks up, so... You can't Terra anything else. Kills Lucario with Flamethrower. Alright. So Meowscarada, like, comes in here, right? Yeah, that's Meowscarada. The question is, do I Terra or not? I mean, I can just take a knockoff here. I live one. And I just fire off another Flamethrower. You're going to Terra into something that's not Grass type, probably. At which point I may not kill you unless I actually go for a Solar Beam. But I think I'm just going to Flamethrower and let Charizard not kill the Meowscarada here. Oh, what? I outsped it? What just happened? Why did I outspeed the Meowscarada? Charizard kills Meowscarada with Flamethrower? What? How did I possibly... Apparently, you did not value Charizard a threat here, and did not speed creep it? What was your speed on Meowscarada? Because I'm just running max speed because it speed ties Volcarona and Salamence. I mean, it's not that hard of a calc. I assume you'd say, like, oh, Charizard could run that speed, so I might as well run, you know, enough speed to outspeed that. But I guess not. Did not see that. I'm going to go for an Ancient Power against the Volcarona here. Which doesn't kill. There's a Quiver Dance. Because the sun went away, which is too bad, but I'm still going to just go for another one here. They can't Terra Volcarona, so I'm not too stressed about that. Don't know what move it's going to go for to stop the Charizard. Morning Sun, it's doing more than 50%, or roughly 50%, and I'm 10% chance for a boost. So, you know, if it's Morning Sun, then it's probably dual stabs, and it really can't touch a Charizard. I never Terra'd, so I've just got, you know, Fire Flying type. Fiery Dance comes out. We live one. It gets the boost, but Ancient Power does not miss. Kills Volcarona with Ancient Power. Is Ancient Power still one word, or did they make it 2 words with more recent games? I can't remember. It used to be 1 word. Like, same with Extreme Speed, but I think they made them 2 words now. Alright, so now it's Cloyster, which I kind of expect might go for like an Ice Shard or something. But I didn't Terra Grass. There's no Sun, but it looks like Flamethrower should just kill it. Ancient Power should also kill it. But... Alright, Charizard kills Cloyster with Flamethrower. You know? I don't know what happened with the Meowscarada there, but other than that, I felt like I put Charizard in a position to win. There were things that could have gotten out of that. Lucario... So one, Dudunsparce could have roosted and stalled out the Sun fully. I would have actually just switched out into probably like Chien-Pao or something to get the Sun one more time for the Charizard later. Basically force something to kill that and get the Charizard in, because Charizard looks really good in the Sun in this matchup. Lucario could have been Scarfed. It could have clicked Rock Slide or something. Lucario could have clicked E-Speed. That would have put me in range of the Volcarona Fiery Dance later, but they did need to sack off enough Mons to get that to happen, and even after a Quiver Dance, I still outspeed the Volcarona there with my Choice Scarf Chien-Pao, plus I still have my Sash from the miss on the Toxtricity, so I do have outs to that Volcarona in that case. I do know it was Boots as well, because it didn't take any Rocks damage. Excuse me. But... It sounds like my opponent's actually going to try to hop in Call for a second so we can like break that down, which I actually kind of like. I think that's an underdone thing in the community. Ancient Power is 2 words. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, I think the idea of like talking to your opponent and kind of going over the battle, it's like something that's done in other communities. Like I've been watching a lot of chess recently, and that's something that the chess players do, is they'll sit over the board and talk. So the idea of doing it here seems actually very fun. Hello.
Yeah. I feel so stupid for not prepping for Sun. I felt like you didn't want to bring Sun against me.
Because of the Volcarona.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving...
No, that, I just felt like there was a chance you could have brought Torkoal and not Zard, in my opinion. But...
So I was looking at your roster, and the reason that Zard looked really good here is just because there's not a lot of Fire-type switch-ins in general.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, if I put Sun up and put Charizard in front of it...
Solar World didn't get crippled by Solar Beam.
Yeah, and I had Solar Beam on the set. I had Terra Blast Grass originally, but I switched it over to Solar Beam. I was still Terra Grass.
I really was hoping you were going to Terra with that Tox, and I was going to click Player Up, because if you were Terra Normal, I killed it.
I had a Focus Sash. So...
Too many Focus Sashes.
Yeah, that was a fun Toxtricity set, because it was Terra Normal,
Yeah,
but...
playbook. That's all he does with his Toxic Disease.
What?
That's what Matt O'Shea does with his Toxtricity. Don't learn from him.
What, Sash?
Yeah, he literally runs Sash Toxtricity almost every single week.
I think it's the first time I brought Sash Toxtricity this season, but it just looked solid here, and it gave me just an out to some of the terrifying setup sweepers on your team just like one time, you know?
Yeah, I really messed up my Meowscarada because I should have run speed for it just in case to run outspeed out Zard, but I focused more because like then I didn't think Zard would come, so I primarily kind of focused it to be more of like an offensive defensive mon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was running like 148 HP, max attack adamant, 108 spadef. Just primarily focused to just take hits more than likely and just deal hits back as well.
I was shocked that I outsped you, to be honest. I was like,
yeah,
scratching my head about that.
Scarred with how you played it, but then I remembered I looked back at my Meowscarada and like, oh my god.
No, I was just max speed to speed type Volcarona because I was just worried about Volcarona Salamence. So
I was like, I looked at my Meowscarada and I realized I didn't think about running speed for Zard. In hindsight, I should have just to be on the safe side, but I didn't. I was very surprised you did not bring Gastro or Breloom.
So Gastro was on the short list of mons that definitely could have come, and I think I probably should have brought it over Orthworm. But I decided to bring Orthworm just because it seemed slightly better, in my opinion, against some of your team. What you brought, it did not work. I didn't even have a steel move, so I couldn't actually kill a Mimikyu.
He wants to just be like, I brought the steel type, he's going to switch, I'm going to get the coil. Oh, he stayed in his thing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe you'll be afraid of a steel move. I mean, it doesn't even kill, probably. Mimikyu, I just kept looking at the calcs. If you watch his battle back, I literally was like, that doesn't kill Mimikyu.
Max attack adamant, like, no attack, heavy slam guarantee always knocks out Mimikyu.
But, like, what I have, all the moves that I have, I was like, oh, I can click Overdrive here with my Toxtricity, and I was like, oh, that doesn't kill Mimikyu. I was like, oh, I can click, you know, like, Earthquake with my Earthworm does, like, 30% to Mimikyu. Like, I was like, Charizard, if there's no sun, doesn't OHKO Mimikyu. I was like, why is this thing just bulky enough to live, like, every hit?
Willing just to give up the sun like that, though. That's why I was kind of having to make some predictions with Dunsparce there.
Yeah, I was... So if you went for another Roost after that, I probably would have switched out into something like...
That also would have been the term that was confirmed that you were going to just let the Boomers
there. Well, I was... So the Heat Rock gave me a couple extra turns that first time, so I was okay staying in a couple extra turns, but then if you, like, stalled out all those extra turns, I was like, I'm just going to go into something... Because you were clicking Boom Burst, I was hopeful you weren't just going to predict in, like, EQ, and I probably would have gone Toxtricity, which could, you know, it's Punk Rock.
I didn't even have any physical. I was full special.
Okay.
Here's the cool thing. I was physically defensive with Foil with special offensive.
That's fascinating. Dude, Dunsparce has been a thorn in my side in multiple battles.
Actually, like, I mean, if X-Clicks and I ever recorded, the Dunsparce put in the freaking work. It was able to 1v1 a Lycanroc.
No, dude, Dunsparce is like... I had a match, a playoff match in DDL that I was facing a team with a dude Dunsparce on it, and it was the only mon I was afraid of. I was like, I am literally not afraid of anything else in your team, but I've lost like 7 straight mocks to dude Dunsparce. He didn't even bring it. I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I actually brought like Terra Grass on my Lucario.
Terra Grass, not Terra Normal.
Because here's the thing, with Chien-Pao in front of Lucario, you're always going to be clicking Sacred Sword most of the time.
Sure.
And you're never going to click the ice move. So if I can bait you to click the fighting move, I Terra, Grass, live the hit, and then I kill you back with a close combat, beat your Nash or whatever.
So I was Choice Scarf Chien-Pao in this matchup. And if I stayed in against Lucario, I was...
You're not the only one that does that.
I was just clicking whatever move I had clicked previously. If I stayed in.
Like max speed on your Indeedee?
I was max speed on Indeedee, yeah.
Because my Mimikyu actually was not going to be designed to outspeed you, actually.
I was also scarfed. I was scarfed in DD as well.
Oh, you were? I had a feeling that's what you were going to bring.
Yeah. So the reason I was max speed is because...
Max speed, you outspeed me because I'm not running like any like speed investment to outspeed like max speed.
I actually... So I calced how much speed I needed for Electrode to actually outspeed it with a scarf, and it's like 1 below. It's like 244 with a timid nature, and I was like, I'll just run 252. Like, what am I doing with the other 12? So I just threw them into speed, so I actually was at 150 just to make sure I didn't accidentally run into some sort of weird speed tie.
I wanted to bring Electrode, but I know if I brought Electrode, I was stuck bringing Terra Grass in order to counter Gastro.
Yeah, Gastro and Dugtrio would both shut down Electrode a little bit.
Go with, you know, Breloom's right there, and it can easily check me there as well.
Yeah, Breloom was something I considered only because I could spam Rock Tomb against the things that would all switch in against it, and then click whatever move I wanted to click. The problem was like its
I had
stabs
pretty
are
much
not
two
great.
mons that were, yeah, I had 2 mons that were designed to be able to always beat that thing. Like I had Lumberry Mimikyu, I had Safety Goggles, the Dunsparce.
Yeah, so if I brought Breloom, the set that crossed my mind was a sub Leech Seed set.
You're gonna be that guy.
I was gonna be. Well, that's why I didn't bring it. Note, but like, the problem with that was like at any moment I get one kill with it, and Volcarona's just like, "Hello, let me click Bug Buzz," and I don't care about your substitute. So, like, it sort of felt. The reason I wanted to do that was because it gets me around things like E-Speed Lucario, and like some sort of like Meowscarada clicking U-turn over and over again, and just like dealing with it. So being a more bulky set designed to take a hit or two and felt more like it was going to be useful in this matchup, especially because, again, the thing I'm going to click over and over is just like Rock Tomb, because I just need to slow down stuff. The stabs just didn't feel like they matched up well in this matchup.
Yeah, I think the only shot I had to win right there was getting the crit Fire Dance. If I get crit Fire Dance, I think I win with Volcarona there. Well, actually, you have the Toxtricity, which one?
Yeah, it's Sash Toxtricity, and Chien-Pao was scarfed, so I would have probably gone straight into Chien-Pao at that point.
Yeah, probably am too. But then if you get Flame Body Burn, then I have to go Cloister, and I get my Shell Smash up. I think I win there too.
That's true, actually. If you do Shell Smash there, then
it only comes down if I get the burn. Which, if everyone's seen how Flame Body works, no one gets burned with that.
Anyway, I am probably going to head out now. But I do appreciate talking to you, and I would love to talk more with you after this as well.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I really wish I prepped a little bit better for this one. If I prepped a little bit better, I could have given myself a chance, but it's just like, your team was already so difficult to prep for because there's just so many things you could bring. It's just like your DDL team. There were so many things you could have easily brought to this game. It was so hard to prep for.
So far in draft in this league, like in Gen 9, I felt really good about just like draft threats and then the team works itself out. Like synergy is sort of less important to me than just like a bunch of threats.
Yeah, I feel that.
But at least I'm sorry I didn't DM you about my short battle stream at 10 p.m. Anyway, it was a great game. I mean, honestly, like, I think that game was closer than the differential appeared.
I think if obviously some things would have, like, if I hit you with the Toxtricity with the play rough, then you lose your Sash, and then that gives me the opportunity to get either Volk or Cloister to give me a shot back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, Cloister doesn't care about the Sash, right? Because you're probably just clicking like Icicle Spear.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't even have, like, I only had Water Stab just to hit it. Otherwise, I was primarily just clicking Rock Blast and Ice.
Yeah. So if you got a Smash off there, like, I think all hell would have broken loose. I did have Sucker Punch on Chien-Pao, like,
I know.
in a
that's
panic.
I always do with Scarf sets is always just
But-
a priority.
Yeah, in a panic that would have been my like option, but
Yeah.
yeah, I probably so in that situation, if you did crit the Fiery Dance, I would have had to decide how to not let Cloister set up. I think the thing I would have actually gone into there would have been Toxtricity because I still had the Sash.
Yeah.
And then I probably would have clicked Overdrive, or maybe Terra Normal Boom Burst. I don't know. It depends on if I needed the Terra Normal Boom Burst in order to actually kill the
You're
Volcarona.
running pretty much like almost max speed, you're outspeeding Cloister, so basically you just click a button and it basically guarantees it.
Oh, I'm not running any speed on the Toxtricity, but it's max HP. Which means that if without the Shell Smash, you don't kill me with an Icicle Spear. So.
I mean, with damage from Volk, then it would. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I'm down to Sash for sure. But yeah, losing Orthworm.
You just go Tox plus Chien-Pao, I'm never gonna be allowed to Shell Smash, and then you just go Scarf with your Indeedee and win that way.
Yeah. So I feel like I had a couple options there, but I honestly do think that game was like not as much of a blowout as the differential would suggest.
Yeah, I really wish I put Glare on my set. If I put Glare, that could have been a different game.
I mean, yeah, your Dunsparce could have stalled out the sun for longer. I was actually a little surprised you let me have more of it.
Yeah, I mean, I figured if you get a free switch and you live the hit, you basically have 1 or 2 extra turns of Sun and basically just win with Charizard, essentially.
Yeah, Zard just came in and did some things I've never really succeeded with weather before, so that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, great game. We can definitely continue talking about this in the upcoming days and weeks and years. Because we played like 4 times already in Gen 9.
Played 5 times total, actually.
5 times total, but haven't like 3 of them been in the last
First
like.
one was the Grand Prix one where I had to play off my phone.
Right.
Second was your league.
Yeah.
Third and fourth was Daria's and DDL, and this is the 5th.
Yeah. Wow. It's been
This was our rubber match.
Were we 2-2?
Yeah, you beat me the first 2 times in the Grand Prix in your league. Then I beat you back to back with Daria and DDL.
I gotta stay on top. It's important. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all back here later. Take care, everybody.